I'm Ruben Palas for INQUIRER.net. Hi, Maddie. A really cool and pleasant surprise when I watched Is This Thing On was to see you on screen as Dave, as stand-up comedian. How did that come about?
Oh, we Bradley and I like to prep with a camera. So we do these things we call proof of concepts, and we were shooting at the actual comedy cellar where we shot the movie, well, most of the movie, all the comedy scenes in the film. And we got the word. We were shooting outside just to see what the light does, what the camera was going to do. We are just trying to figure out what the language of the film would be. And then he got word that we were able to go inside, so we were going to take our camera, no lighting, just to see what the space would look like. And we had Will with us. Luckily, we had Will with us, and we were shooting Will outside. So he wanted to set up an improvisational scene inside where Will comes back into the comedy cellar. Um, and he just asked me one day. He said we were there, and he said, "Would you be willing to be one of the comedians that he sees when he walks in? So he sees somebody he knows, you know." And I said, "Sure. What do you want me to say?" He's like, "Just talk to him about his last set." And of course, I know the movie. I know what the scenes are, so I could reference the things he was saying. And so it started there. That was just prep. It wasn't an actual scene. We just sort of improvised something. But he kept saying that he really loved the scene, and people were responding to it, and he really liked the feeling of it. So, so we were shooting. We had been shooting for a couple weeks. He said to me, "Listen, I really want to use that scene in the hallway, but if we use it, we need to see you on the stage. So I need you to be on stage." I'm like, "Oh, what?" Okay. So yeah, I was, I have to say I was a little nervous, but I had been the one thing about being a cinematographer this long is you could watch the performers and you could see what they go through to do what they do. And I just sort of internalized that, and I was able to do that. But like before I went on, he gave me direction. Um and he made me feel better and more relaxed to go up there and do that. So yeah, it was just I was just trying to service the film.
Is being a stand-up comedian one of your secret fantasies or dreams? And who wrote your actual lines?
Well, I wouldn't say it's one of my actual dreams or fantasies. I think I always say that when I'm able to make a film about a subculture like ballet or music and or in this case comedy, you can't help but learn and observe what these people go through. And so it's interesting to me. Those things are interesting to me. The humans that are sacrificing themselves for the art that they're creating, and what goes into that. And making this film, and then watching some of these comedians go on stage, it was very impressive to me how they have this thing that drives them. And but more importantly for me, what I related to is how they prepare. So I love the way a comedian sort of writes material, rehearses the material, and finds a way to workshop that material, and finds a way to make that material sing by workshopping it in front of people. So I sort of convinced myself that that's basically what I was doing. And but no, it's not. It wasn't a fantasy ahead of time, and it wasn't anything I had ever thought about. But I, you know, uh, I forgot the end of your question, which is actually what I wanted to answer.
Who
But
wrote your actual lines?
what's in the film I wrote.
Uh-huh.
So we had one of the writers write me some jokes that didn't make the movie, but the one joke that's in there was mine.
Uh, Matty, how strange was it to be in front of the camera for a change?
I had done it before. It was to be honest, it was weirder on A Star Is Born than it was here. Well, it's not that strange. It is odd because everybody behind the camera is everybody who works with me. So that was more of it. But I've been in front of people before, and again, I was just trying to service the movie. So I don't know. When I was a child, I would be very nervous in front of people, and I would get nervous when I spoke. But as I've gotten older, I've gotten used to, because as a cinematographer, you have to communicate to so many people that I don't think about it that much. I hosted the ASC Awards like 3 times, and being in front of people doesn't bother me so much. So it wasn't that strange.
Mm. And what were Bradley Cooper's directions or instructions to you, and his feedback to you as an actor?
He's very positive. The one thing I love about him, well, no, I love a lot of things about Bradley, but the thing about him is he's so encouraging. Like he sees something in people that he works with, and he trusts them. And I really appreciate that about him. He like not as just as a cinematographer, but as a filmmaker, and in this case, as somebody performing in front of the camera, he trusted me, and that goes a long way, you know. And I you could feel that coming from him is that trust, and he pushes that trust, and you could feel that trust when he's directing actors in a scene. You know, he's got this incredible gift of being able to direct from within a scene as an actor, and then this time he was able to direct from behind the camera, and I can't say enough about him. It's very impressive, and he creates an atmosphere where you feel comfortable because he trusts you.
It's quite a year for you as a DP. Is this thing on with Bradley, highest lowest with Spike, and caught stealing with Darren Aronofsky? Spike, Darren, and Bradley are very distinct, unique filmmakers. But is there one quality or trait that they share?
I think they're all auteurs. I mean, they're all auteurs. They make their film in their way. You know, their signature and their the way they approach it is different, but their intention is very similar. So I think that if anything is similar, everything the one common trait is they're really they're they're cinephiles, and they are storytellers, and they use the cam. All of them, both all three of them, use the camera in a way that is unique to them.
And several critics raved about your stunning opening shot in Highest to Lowest, where your camera glides and shows wide shots of New York. Throw in "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning" playing in the background, and the film goers fall in love with New York all over again. What was your experience like being back in your native New York and filming not two but three films back to back? Highest to Lowest, Caught Stealing, and Is This Thing On?
Well, I mean, it's a dream come true. Honestly, I moved back there. That's where I'm from. I've always actually wanted to move back home, and I was able to move back home 3 years ago. And straight off, I was able to, Spike asked me to do highest to lowest. So, it's a city I love, and the city I love telling stories about. And it's a city that has stories, many, many, many different stories from different kinds of people of all walks of life. From the billionaire to the hardworking, restaurant worker to the waitress to the actress to the hedge fund manager. It just it honestly has so many stories, and you can make 10 films in New York City, and they'll all be different, and they'll all be in different neighborhoods, because there are so many different experiences that exist in the city. So for me, it's just each and every one is kind of a love letter to this place I love.
Many Filipino filmmakers have been dreaming about working with you. So, do you think you'll have time for that maybe next year or maybe in the next few years?
I'm sure. Sure. Somebody call
And
me.
yes, okay. And for my last question, what's next for you?
I'm wrapping a film right now that I'm shooting for Jonah Hill, and we wrap next week. So the next thing for me is Christmas, and then 2026. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Thank you very much, Matthew. Always good to see you, and congratulations again.